The best way you can support me is with a simple subscribe. Subscribe to my channel for more content like this. All right, so I'm trying to figure this one out because I've tried my hardest, but I'm going to let you guys chime in and maybe help me out a little bit. I'm about to play some audio for you guys, just the audio. Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy have been together over the weekend, I believe. They've been kicking it, well, over the week. I don't know when exactly, but they've been kicking it recently. And I don't know what exactly are the two doing together. Maybe they're working on some records. I know the two are heavily watched by the court system, so maybe they're just trying to lay low. Kodak went on Instagram Live, and I thought something very interesting came up. They spoke on their displeasure with one media personality, Joe Budden. Let's check it out, and I'll come right back and give you my take on it.
Nigga hit Joe Budden ass with a 3P. Joe Budden, little fuck nigga, hit that boy. Nigga hit that boy ass with a 3P. Ain't talking chicken, but I hit you with a 3P. Keep that Glock here right there with my dick, baby. Yo. We say we ain't never going broke again, and we never forget loyalty.
All right, so I could assume, because these two are very young artists, I could assume that they've never met Joe Budden, a personality that has a job at Everyday Struggle podcast that I really enjoy. And I've told y'all countless times in my video, I like the Joe Budden podcast. I'm a fan of it. I watch it every week. I don't watch Everyday Struggle as much. If there's a hot take, I'll tune in for it. Nothing there. But I like conversations. It's good conversations, right? About hip hop. I will say this though. I tried to put one and one together of why these two would not like Joe Budden. And the only logical reason for their displeasure with Joe Budden is maybe he critiqued their music, or maybe rappers are starting to feel some type of way because we're turning hip hop into a sport, right? Hip hop has become as lucrative as it gets, right? There's so much money to be made in hip hop. 40, 65K. You got an artist with 2 records on the radio. Heck, last year Designer was making $100,000 a show. Young M.A. was making $100,000 a show, and they both only had 1 record on the radio. I'm not trying to count anybody's money, but they only had 1 big record, and they were able to feed their families and make more than enough money, right? 100K shows a lot of money. Any business that profiting like 100, 200K, that's pretty good. Day to day, that's pretty good, right? So I only could assume that as hip hop grows, you're going to see more people doing reaction videos. You're going to see more people talking about the music, talking about the artists, talking about the BS behind the scenes, talking about the labels, all of it. The media coverage that hip hop is getting, it's not going away, right? I'm just speculating here, but one would assume it's only going to get crazy because there's so much money in hip hop, so much money in it. There's just a lot of bread in it. I'm just not going to lie to you guys. And with that, there's going to be more, again, commentary on hip hop. And when you got guys like Joe Budden who's in a position on a platform like Everyday Struggle through Complex, it's a huge platform. Those videos get back to a lot of people. And you can tell Kodak and NBA Youngboy, they're like, we don't rock with him. And the reason why I'm thinking they don't rock with Joe Budden is because they don't like people being able to critique their music and in their lifestyle. I don't think you should be able to get mad at that, all right? If you can listen in the background, it's NBA Youngboy who's he's like boxing, right? They're swinging at they're just jabbing at like a little boxing setup, right? Like a little sparring thing, right? And you can hear Youngboy say, I don't like Joe Budden. You got Kodak saying, man, Joe Budden a little fuck nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you can hear them both talking about their disdain for Joe Budden. It's like, yo, that sounds like the same disdain that a Stephen A. Smith would get, right? Or a big Charles Barkley, a big personality like that. And it's not because they might have said anything that really pissed you off personally. It's just because you don't want more players in the sport, right? And I don't think rappers want more players in the sport of commentary on hip hop. And I get it. Rap's an art form. You put your time, effort into it. I get it. But I am not going to be mad at more people like Charlemagne and Joe Budden in the conversation of calling rappers out on BS. I never get mad at that because there's not a lot of people calling BS, and I'm one of them. I'm a young personality, but I'm growing. Anybody who can rebuttal against that, I don't care what you're saying. You just ain't seeing the numbers, right? Talk to me when you see somebody close to 100K doing this stuff straight raw, who not scared to show their face on camera and doing this stuff organically from the bottom, right? And still able to go out in public and cover events, not scared of it at all, right? I'm just saying, when you see people and personalities grow and you see these rappers start to get offended by these personalities and their opinions, you know people are doing stuff right. You got rappers having to second guess what they do, what they say, because they know they can get called out on it. Nothing's wrong with being able to be called out about your BS, right? And I think that's where this stems from. NBA Youngboy and Kodak Black do not like the fact that you got a couple or a few strong-minded personalities starting to take over. And now you got to kind of watch what you do. Well, you can do whatever the heck you want to do, but people will call you out for it with the platforms. And I love it. I love every bit of it, because I feel like for so long, rap has gotten away with murder, literally and figuratively. It's time we start calling out some of this BS. Again, put it in the music. Talk about your past experiences. But some of this mess that we let in rap get away with is just absolutely ridiculous. And I think it's absolutely blasphemy that it takes people like me to call out some of the BS that you got 40 and 50-year-old rappers not talking about, and 40 and 50-year-old media personalities scared to talk about just because they want to kiss ass to get an interview with their favorite rapper. Mr. Taliaferro TV, thank you for the time, love, support. I ain't kissing no ass around here. Not an interview out there important enough to me to sell myself short or my opinion short. What y'all think about this? Kodak Black and NBA Youngboy, they say they don't fuck with Joe Budden. They've never had personal encounters with Joe Budden, to the best of my knowledge. One could assume is that they don't like the fact that Joe Budden's in that position of power with everyday struggle. Talk to me, comments box below. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on MrTaliaferro.com, shawty.